Another huge problem for first worldism is a refusal to acknowledge that global class is a real thing and that class is different globally. Well, they say that they know that, but their theory doesn't take that into account. And as a result, you get these absurd ideas about what it's like to be poor in America, and then compare that to being in the third world. I mean, it's absolute nonsense. One of the things that was recently put out that showed that the average American only had $1,000 to their name, because what they did was they took their assets minus their liabilities, therefore they only have $1,000 and are therefore poor, like third world level poor. I mean, the concept is just astronomically ridiculous. So because someone owns a house, and the majority of Americans do own a house, that's a huge asset. Well, just because they owe money on the house doesn't mean they're as poor as third world people. That doesn't even really mean that they're poor at all. This is access to credit, something that third world people couldn't even get. Can you walk up to a peasant farmer in, say, Bangladesh and say, well, I'm just as poor as you because I own a 3-bedroom house? I mean, come on. That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the whole metric there about trying to prove how poor they are is nonsense. Look at Kanye West. He's $53 million in debt. Well, I guess that makes him the most exploited of the global poor now, because all we did was take his assets and his liabilities, put them together, and he's $53 million in the hole. One really big thing that seems to just totally get forgotten by first worldists is the fact that we are not poor as them. We're not as poor as the third world. That's simply ridiculous. Why is it that people from the third world risk their lives to come here to experience first world poor? And people come from Mexico to the United States to live in the worst conditions that America has to have, that the vast majority of the American population doesn't even experience. They seem to forget this. People risk their lives to be poor in the first world. So when you're running around claiming that you're like in the same class as third world people, that's just simply ridiculous. And this is a reality that first worldists like to deny. We can't compare ourselves to the third world and say, well, we're just in the same class because we're both employed. That's absolutely ridiculous. There is a massive difference between the two. People are clamoring, risking their lives to be first world poor, and then we dare say that we're just as poor as them? Thank you for watching. Why don't you go ahead, rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media. And if you want, you can head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you could head over to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available.